Okay, Bolt fam, Andrew from Bolt Bros here. Well, we did sign a backup quarterback. The injuries with Herbert, I think it did make some sense. I didn't think it was going to really happen, but we did sign backup quarterback, definitely a journeyman, Luis Perez. He's actually 29 years old. Veteran quarterback, but he's won a lot of games, he won some championships. I want to talk about the quarterback room a little bit. I think that's really going to be the reason why we're actually signing him. Again, you guys know that Bolt Bros were at camp. We saw firsthand where the backups were doing, how well they were doing. A lot to get into, guys. Andrew, Bolt Bros.
Bolt Bros.
Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew, Bolt Bros. And again, leave a comment down below for the algorithm. Agree or disagree with me. Do you like this signing? Do you hate this signing? What do you think? Is he a camp arm? We'll get into that. So, Greg Roman, I think, clearly made some decisions that the QB room needs a bit of work, right? And I think that's why they brought him in. Luis Perez, we had two other folks. I didn't see them being signed as well. So they clearly didn't, make the cut compared to what we already had, at least from at this moment. But I will say this, that Greg Roman, I think, is a good judge of character. And we also have Jim Harbaugh, who is an excellent judge of character when it comes to quarterbacks, right? And we have Shane Day right here. That is an also excellent judge of character when it comes to quarterbacks, right? Because he knows what this system is all about and what it needs to be and what quarterbacks will work better in that system. That's the whole point, right? And again, going into this year with Herbert's injury issues that he's had these past few years and getting injured in camp, you have to start asking yourself this question: how the durability issues are starting to stack up with Justin Herbert. So if nothing else, go out and get a guy that's won and done well. And we're going to talk more about that here in a moment. But let's talk about the actual quarterback room as it stands today. So again, we know, as great as Justin Herbert is, he is incredible. But if he's not on the field, guess what? It's a little tough to, win games when he's not out there. A lot of people have said Easton Stick sucks. Look, Easton Stick is a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He is a good quarterback. He's a serviceable quarterback. There's a lot of jokes around that, right? But at the end of the day, he's serviceable. Is he going to be Justin Herbert? Absolutely not. Is he going to be, top 20 in the NFL? Most likely not. But he can run the offense, and that's really what you need him to do. That's what a backup quarterback is, right? If he was that good, some team would scoop him up and get a trade out there. But Easton Stick is good enough, right? Now we go to Easton Stick, things could be a problem, right? So at the end of the day, look, good, not great, but this is where the story gets a little bit more interesting and or spicy. Muy caliente. That's Max Duggan, right? He looked good in preseason last year. He has not looked good this year. He looked, I wouldn't say he's really serviceable. And I think that, that's part of been the problem with Max. Now, again, you have to understand this is his second offense that he's learned since being in the NFL. Obviously, it's a whole new system last year as a rookie and a whole new system this year. So, and Greg Roman's system is actually very complicated. It's not an easy system to learn. So Max is struggling, right? He's not doing a great job. And what we saw in camp, he wasn't getting a ton of reps. He was getting some reps. But we'll see how it plays out. We obviously know Herbert's not going to be playing in the preseason. So you're going to see Stick. You're going to see a lot of Stick. You're going to see a lot of Duggan. You're going to see a lot of Casey Bauman and probably some Luis Perez. At the end of the day, you bring them in and battle it out. You got 3 games to prove yourself to the NFL. That's essentially what it's all about, right? This is their job application now. And, their interview, process essentially. So again, how well they perform in preseason is really going to determine what we do moving forward. Now, they are going to give them most likely packages, right? Here's Max Duggan's plays, right? Here's Casey Bauman's plays, and here's going to be Perez's plays. And so that'll be pretty interesting, right? They'll keep it very simple for these players, these QBs, and they're not looking at getting points and scoring as much as how did they read? Did they run the play correctly? Did they execute it correctly? Did they get the ball out on time? What did they do under pressure, right? These are things that are going to be evaluated in the preseason games. And again, the quarterback room is looking pretty interesting, right? This is our other guy from Augustina. And Casey Bauman, I would argue, has actually looked a little bit better than Max Dugan, right? So, look, we want the guy in the gold jersey to be on the field all day, right? We all know how valuable he is as a player, but at the end of the day, the team has to have a fallback plan if something, please, heaven forbid, something happens to Herbert at this point. But look, bottom line, you got to figure out that number 2 and number 3. I don't think we go with 4 quarterbacks, right? I think we have 2 on game day, and then we have 1 on the practice squad. So it's really a battle between these 3 guys right here. Bauman, Dugan, and Perez. I don't know. If I had to choose, I would say Perez will most likely win that battle right now, just because he's a veteran quarterback and he understands, what it takes to win. And I think there's some things to be said about that. Again, he's a system fit. So let's talk about Perez briefly, and we'll go from there. Okay. He started quarterback at Arlington Renegades in 2024, leading the UFL in completions, 225 completions, over 2,300 passing and 18 touchdowns. Absolutely amazing, right? So he's done great. XFL Renegades, the Vipers, and they won the XFL championship. So he's a winner, folks, right? He's an absolute winner. That's great, right? He's played in the NFL, the Generals, the Guardians, the Wildcats. In addition to tenure with the UFL and XFL, Perez spent time with the Rams, Detroit Lions, and Philadelphia Eagles. So he's not a joke, folks, right? I mean, you can sit back all day and say he's a camp arm, he sucks, he's not going to go anywhere. Guys, we don't know that, right? At the end of the day, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but Herbert has had some injury issues. And so you bring a guy like this in, if nothing else, he's going to push Casey Bauman and Max Dugan to get the best out of him. Okay. That has value alone. Right. You really lose nothing by bringing him into camp and at least trying to see what he can do and push some of these younger players. The other thought I had also is that he's a veteran, right? Again, he's been through a lot of different systems. Guess what? He can also help Justin Herbert. He can help him. All right, this is what I saw out there. This is what I think. This is, where I think you can improve, right? I think they're running cover 2. Watch out for this safety. He's creeping down, yada, yada, right? Again, at the end of the day, that's what Easton Stick is very good at. In fact, I think it's a big reason why Easton Stick is our number 2 quarterback more than anything is that Justin Herbert likes him on the sideline and helping him with the day-to-day game management of a game. So, there is something to be said about that. And I think Perez he's 29 years old. He can help with a lot of those veteran type conversations. But again, he's a very good player. San Diego native. I get it. He's been a winner, right? And that's what Harbaugh wants. What does he always say? Competitors welcome. And that's what Jim Harbaugh wants. All he's going to do is push those guys moving forward. And again, we don't know how bad the injury is with Justin Herbert. It's one of those things that has to be monitored and tracked. Plantar fasciitis. Anyways, it's an injury that sucks. It just sucks. It's an inconvenient injury. It's not going to stop him. You guys saw that the Brisket Broads took a video that Herbert was taking some snaps. Look, I think it's more precautionary situation. We all knew he was going to play, during the preseason games anyways. But battle it out. Let's see what these other 3 quarterbacks in camp can do. And may the best man win. That's what this is going to boil down to, guys. At the end of the day, it's not a conversation of who's going to start over Justin Herbert. That's not the conversation. Herbert is starting week 1. We know that. But Perez can add a veteran presence to this room. I think he does have a good chance. Again, he's got to go out and prove it. He's got to go out and show this coaching staff that he can do it. Make some good plays, make some good throws, make some good decisions. And if he can do it, I think there's a shot for him, right? Casey Baum's an undrafted free agent. Max hasn't looked great in camp so far. We'll see. Guys, leave a comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. This to me, this is an interesting video. It's an interesting signing. Again, the sky is not falling with the injury with Justin Herbert at this point, but at the end of the day, precautionary. Why not bring another veteran in to try and push some of these young players? So guys, what do you think? Leave a comment down below. As always, Andrew Boltbros. See you guys in the next one.